front tyre there. Just slow it down, please. Hi guys, and welcome back to Clearview Driving. Today I'm doing a mock test with Ishveen. Now I'm going to tag her somewhere on this bit here because she does a lot of stuff. She and her and her sister do a lot of stuff on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, a lot, so I'll tag you guys in it. Okay, now she's not with us today, but you're going to do a mock test. This is your first mock test?
Yep, first mock test.
Now we've done around 2-3 hours together, but in total you've done around what, 12 hours or so?
Yeah, like 11
hours from a complete beginner. Okay, so we're going to go straight for a mock test. Do you want me to tell you a little bit about what's going to happen in this?
Yes, please.
Okay, so throughout the drive, follow the road ahead. Whenever I need you to turn, I will tell you, but for now I'm going to get you to follow the sat nav for about 20 minutes or so, and then I'll give you normal instructions afterwards. We are going to carry out a manoeuvre, and I might even get you to carry out the emergency stop.
Okay.
So before we get started, I'm going to ask you a quick question. Could you tell me, how would you check that your brake lights are working?
Put your foot on the brake, turn the engine on, switch on the lights, and then you could ask someone to check it for you.
Okay, perfect, that sounds good. So when you're ready, we're going to get started. So for anyone that's new to the channel, don't forget to like the video, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Alright, so when you're ready, Ishveen, I'd like you to start the engine, and the sat nav's going to direct you from here. Let's turn right at the end. This junction has a fairly narrow entrance, so as we're waiting at the end, there was a vehicle approaching from the left who wanted to turn into the same road. So as we're waiting, they decided to give way and wait for us to come out of the road first. Leading up to this right bend with the parked vehicles on the right, Ishveen positions more towards the left, which allows more space in the centre of the road for oncoming traffic. When somebody does turn up, she doesn't need to move as she's already in a good position. So we're turning left from here. I don't know why the sat nav's not speaking, I will sort that out. You can pull over and park up on the left, just behind the silver car, but leave enough space to move away. Don't worry about the driveways on this occasion, okay? So just keep going forward a little bit more, about a car's length in front, okay? That'd be great there, thank you. Alright, whenever you're ready, let's drive off.
Turn left, then take the second right.
On approach to this left turn, Ishveen doesn't go round towards the left enough, so as she moves out of this junction, she naturally turns slightly wider, going over the centre line of the new road, resulting in a minor for steering control.
After 200 yards, turn right.
On approach to this right turn, Ishveen positions really close to the centre line so the vehicles behind were not interrupted and they were able to continue past on the left. Always make sure that you're not crossing the centre line when you're waiting for a right turn. Pull over and park up on the left somewhere safe. That's great there, thank you. Drive off when you're ready.
At the end of the road, turn right, then cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
As nobody was affected with the signal timing, it wasn't a big issue, but always aim to indicate about 6 to 8 car lengths away, as we're only travelling on a residential road 20 miles per hour. If we were travelling at a faster speed, you can signal earlier.
Cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
Ishveen demonstrates really good awareness and planning. She slows down really well with the mini roundabout. As it's very closed, you can't see on either side until you're right at the end. This also makes it easier for her to deal with the bus ahead, so she gives the bus a lot of clearance to get out through the narrow gap and then to continue.
After 150 yards, cross the roundabout and take the second exit, then turn left. Cross the roundabout and take the second exit, then turn left.
It's not here, by the way, it's at the end of this road.
Oh, okay.
When travelling downhill, the car will naturally pick up speed, so you should always use the foot brake in order to control the speed of the vehicle to avoid going over the speed limit. Although Ishveen's not excessively over the speed limit, it did feel too fast, considering the number of potential hazards and the space available, so you should always drive at a reasonable speed according to what's happening on the road.
Turn left. After 150 yards, turn left, A40. At the end of the road, turn left. turn left.
Ishveen gets a minor fault for not signalling when joining this dual carriageway. Although there's nowhere for us to go at this point, it's always a good idea to indicate to alert others of your presence. Once on the dual carriageway, you should always make sure that you've got at least a 2-second gap from the vehicle in front. Ishveen is travelling much closer than this, so gets a minor fault for following distance. Travelling down this road, you can see that the line that divides the left and the middle lane almost starts to become a solid line. This is because the left-hand lane is now coming off the dual carriageway. If you wanted to continue ahead, you would now need to move into the middle lane, which is the normal driving position for going straight ahead.
After 300 yards, go around the roundabout and take the 4th exit towards central London. Go around the roundabout and take the 4th exit.
As there was enough space for the emergency vehicle to go round from the left, we didn't need to slow down or move out of the way in this case, so this was not an issue. As we went round the roundabout, Ishveen starts using her mirrors to spiral outwards to take the 4th exit, but accidentally moves over and takes the 3rd exit. Now, as the roundabout was clear and nobody was affected by this, this would not be counted as a fault, but you should always count the exits as you're going round.
Take the exit, then keep
We've just
left.
gone the wrong way now, so I'm going to give you directions as normal from now on, okay?
Turn around when possible,
Just ignore
then
the sat nav
at
for
the
now,
end of the
okay?
road, turn right. After 100 yards, turn left, then turn around when possible. Turn left, then turn around when possible.
Just continue driving ahead. I'm going to give you normal directions.
Turn around when possible, then at the end of the road, turn right. Turn around when possible,
Just move
then
into the
turn
left lane
left.
here. Okay, we're going to be making a right turn soon. So we're turning right in there, okay? And then turn left, please. On approach of the width restriction ahead, Ishveen does get a serious fault for use of speed as she doesn't slow down enough for the narrow gap ahead. The left-hand tyre does hit the pavement. Slow it down, slow it down. That hit the front tyre there. Just slow it down, please. Slow it down, slow it down. That hit the front tyre there. Just slow it down, please. Just keep the wheel straight, keep the wheel straight. Just go slowly. Keep the wheel straight there, sorry. That did hit the tyre, okay?
Okay.
Take the next road on your right. It's a 20 zone, okay? Travelling behind this blue car, Ishveen gets another minor fault for following distance as she's keeping too close. Now if the vehicle in front was to suddenly stop or brake at any point, we would have very little time to react. So you should always try to maintain a good distance so that you can stop within the distance you see to be clear. Aim to have at least 2 seconds when you're travelling above 30 miles per hour, but otherwise you want to be able to stop within the distance you see to be clear. Approaching the cyclist ahead. Now you should only overtake a cyclist if it's safe and necessary. In this case it was necessary to overtake, but it wasn't safe due to the bend ahead, so Ishveen should have kept a bigger distance from the cyclist and not got too close. Ishveen does hold off from overtaking, but should try to maintain a bigger distance from the cyclist so that they don't feel scared that we're too close behind them. When you can see the road ahead clearly and it's safe to do so, you should check your mirrors and overtake the cyclist. Okay, when it's safe to do so, I'd like you to demonstrate how you would open the window. You can put it back. Thank you. At the roundabout, I'd like you to follow the road ahead. It's the second exit. On approach to this next roundabout, Ishveen does make a serious fault with response to road markings as she gets into the left-only lane and follows the road ahead. Once in this position, she should have simply turned left and not followed the road ahead. Going the wrong way is never a fault, but you can't go against the road markings as it's dangerous for others around you. the end, turn right. Thank you. If you can pull over and park up on the right hand side of the road, please. Don't worry about the drives on this occasion.
Can I do on the next one?
Yeah. Ishveen deals with the oncoming van really nicely by slowing down and making sure she's not cutting across their path and allowing them to pass on the right before going across to the right hand side of the road. That's great there, thank you. What I'd like you to do now is to reverse back for about 2 car lengths, keeping a reasonable distance from the pavement, and try not to touch the curb as you do this.
Okay.
Before starting to reverse, Ishveen does look all around, checking from her right blind spot all the way around towards the left in towards the road. But as she's reversing, she's mainly checking her right mirror and looking towards the road and her left blind spot. She's not checking her right blind spot as she's reversing. This does go down as a minor fault. This would go down as a serious fault if somebody had stepped into the road from her right blind spot from one of the houses on the right hand side, as that area is not covered in the right hand mirror. Just a little bit more. Thank you. Drive off when you're ready. When parked on the right hand side of the road, it is very difficult to see the road ahead, so you should always lean across towards the left, trying to see the road as best as possible. If there's anyone oncoming, always wait for the road to be clear, as you need to cross their path and move across towards the left hand side of the road. Great there, thank you. If you can just pull over and park up on the left just after the speed bump will be fine, just over here on the road, okay? That's great there, thank you. Just here. That's brilliant, thank you. Secure the car. And you can switch off the engine as well. Just turn off the indicator. Alright, that is the end of your driving test. How was the drive?
It was good.
Yeah? Do you think there were any serious mistakes?
One.
There were a few actually, and I'm going to go over them with you now.
Yeah.
Alright, so unfortunately it wouldn't be a pass, okay, and I know you know the obvious one where I had to grab the steering, right? Okay, now besides that there were a few other things, and at first it was just minor faults, but because this one thing kept happening over and over again, and this is something we have talked about.
The bumps.
Following distance, first of all. How you know when someone's driving a little bit slower and then you kind of catch up to them? Yeah. That happened a few times, didn't it?
Yeah.
You need to drop back. So that happened once on the A road, then it happened a bit later with that blue car, then the cyclist was there. Yeah, you were a little bit too fast with the speed bumps, you noticed that as well, okay. The other thing was, when we went on that roundabout, I know we went the wrong way, that was okay, you did check, but it was quite a big movement. We were on the 4th lane and we've jumped over all the way to the left. Okay. So that one mirror check, it's not safe to just kind of get you all the way to the left lane like that, okay? Now, there's so much going on, I'm trying to think of the main ones to talk about here. So obviously that width restriction, did you realise how narrow that was? You know those pillars?
Oh yeah.
Yeah? Because I had to grab the wheel at that point. So as you're going into it, I know you did slow down, but you didn't slow down enough.
Yeah.
Because as soon as we went the wrong way, I was like, shoot, we're going to have the width restriction this way.
Oh Oh, okay.
Because if you hadn't gone off track, then we would have just get back on the road. And yeah. But yeah, going the wrong way wasn't the problem. It was kind of the width restriction. And you know that second police car that we had?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're coming up behind you, and I just thought, let me help you out. And I said, okay, we'll move over left at this point. Now I know I said move left, but as soon as I've said that, you've just moved left without checking. Now it was clear, but you can't rely on me checking for you.
For the police one,
Yeah.
I did check the road.
The second one?
Yeah, I did.
For the second one?
Yeah, for
I'll
the
have to
second
check it back.
Okay.
It's just a movement to the left. It just felt like sudden to me.
Yeah.
There was the manoeuvre, reversing back for 2 car lengths. Now that, okay, so with the manoeuvre parking on the right and reversing back, you dealt with the van in front really nicely. So you knew you couldn't pull across his path, so you kind of waited, which was nice. You let him through, you've checked and moved over. The reversing back for 2 car lengths was nice. Just your right blind spot, I know you were checking it initially, but then when that other car came and parked up behind, your focus kind of became on the left and here and that mirror, but you didn't check your right as much, which is when I said continue reversing, because I wanted you to check over your shoulder one more time. Okay.
Yeah.
But no, otherwise that maneuver was good. But yeah, mainly the issues were your following distance. A few occasions you did go over the 20 zone, about 22, 24, and it was just a bit too quick, especially with the speed bumps. Okay. But mainly that width restriction was the big issue there. And what else was there? You dealt with the first ambulance really well, but you just needed to kind of make a decision. So if we went forward a little bit quicker, they can get out the way around us, aren't they?
Yeah.
What else was there? I think I'm forgetting some things. Oh, yes. How can I forget this? Another major fault that we had is we came up to Lady Margaret roundabout, and I said to you, follow the road ahead, second exit. You went into a left only lane, and you went straight.
Oh.
Did you realise?
No, I didn't realise.
Yeah, so coming up to that, there's a clear left arrow in our lane, and in the other lane there's a straight arrow.
Yep.
So if you know you're going straight, you should have been on the right. Now at first I just thought, okay, maybe she's gonna just turn left from here, and I just sat there, didn't say anything. But then as we went forward, someone turned up on your right, the little white car.
Yeah.
And they went forward, and then you kind of checked and moved in behind, but don't do that, you're in the wrong lane.
Okay.
So what should we do in that position?
Turn right.
Turn left.
All right. All right. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So we should not have gone straight from that lane.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying, there was a few things that happened. Like the first half of the test was really good. There really wasn't much going on. But then as soon as we got to the second half, a few things happened kind of one after the other. One of them was, you know, when we joined the dual carriageway,
Yeah.
you didn't have a right signal.
Oh, did I? Oh, shit.
So as we were joining, there were a few cars, and they're kind of in front of you now. So behind them, there wasn't really anyone close. So your signal wasn't a big issue there because nobody was close.
Yeah.
But now let's say we had another car coming up, they know you're coming in, but just that signal really brings it to their attention.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that's the end of our mock test video today. Hopefully that video has been useful. I know there was a lot of mistakes, but we've got time to correct this as well, so don't stress about it. Okay? Alright, thank you, and bye for now.